Hello everyone, I'm Jennifer with R&K Distributing. We are the home of Quilter Select, Floriani Embroidery, R&K Products, Embellished Product by Floriani, and Embellished Products by Quilter Select. Today I want to talk to you about the Chenille Cutter by Quilter Select. Chenille is a beautiful, beautiful vintage textile type effect that can be created by either embroidery or traditional quilting methods. The way that we cut and we fringe our chenille is exactly the same. So let's talk first about how we would create a chenille effect using traditional quilting. It's very, very simple. You would take multiple layers of fabric, and this is very cool when it's done with a pre-printed panel, for example. And maybe you take 4 of the panels and you're going to just channel stitch those panels together. And then you would take your chenille cutter and you would guide it right in between those rows of stitching. Now the chenille cutter has a little guide down at the bottom, and that would sit on your bottom layer of fabric, and then the blade, which is very similar to a rotary cutter blade, slices through the top layers of the fabric, and that's what creates this open chenille type effect. Isn't that cool? Now, once all of your cuts are done using your chenille cutter, I like to then go back with a brush and really scrub that fabric so that it opens up and it really starts to bloom. And this works beautifully with very lightweight woven fabrics like your quilt weight cottons. And it works beautifully with our very lightweight gauzy type fabrics. So same effect here. It's just rows of channel quilting or line upon line of stitching, and then we cut through the top layers. And when I say the top layers, I mean in this example, if there are 4 layers of fabric that have been channel quilted together, I'm going to leave the bottom layer intact, and I'm going to run my chenille cutter through the top 3 layers to create that blooming type effect. Now, for those of you that are machine embroiderers, this can be done by or incorporated into machine embroidery as well. So here's an embroidery design where some chenille texture has been added. Here's another little project where some chenille texture has been added, just to give a little bit of additional dimension to our project. So how would we do that? So to create our embroidered chenille, in this case, we're going to replace the flat texture here in our owl with our beautiful fuzzy chenille texture. So the first thing that will happen is a placement line will stitch out so that we know exactly where to position the bottom layer of our chenille fabric. So here, the gauze has been positioned over the placement line, and then a tack down line has stitched out over the top. The next step would be to trim away the remainder of the excess fabric from outside the tack down line. We would then position the next 3 layers, or the chenille layers, of gauze over the top, and then our chenille channel stitches will embroider through all the layers. At this point, we would then go around and trim away those top layers of gauze fabric so that they approximately follow that same tack down line as our bottom layer of fabric. At this point, we would take our chenille cutter and place it between layer 1, and then layers 2, 3, and 4 are over the top, and we would then simply push our cutter through the gauze to open it up and create the texture that we see here. Now, if your embroidery has detailed elements that stitch over the top of the chenille, once you cut the chenille, embroider the details, and then come back through and brush them up to create that texture. Now let's have a look at one more sample. So this was created using Floriani embroidery software. The heart shape was digitized. The bottom layer of fabric was positioned on the background fabric. The 3 layers of chenilling fabric were placed over the top. Those rows of channel stitching were embroidered. The chenille cutter was then run through that channel stitching between the bottom and wrote fabrics 2, 3, and 4, and then fluffed up using a rough brush. Isn't that an amazing way to create that beautiful vintage texture?